Hey guys, Trent here, NPFL Pro and owner of SonarPros. Got our new 2024 21XE Phoenix. This is my tournament rig for this season with the NPFL. Want to do a walkthrough video real quick of the setup I have. Unfortunately, being in the rigging business, my boat typically gets done last. This boat, kind of have picked away at it. Really didn't even have the boat fully rigged for our first event at the start of the year at Logan Martin. But now getting ready to go to Lake Hartwell, second week of May. Boat's fully rigged out the way I like it, and I want to do you guys a real quick overview of it. So starting at the back, big change for me this year, 250 SHO Yamaha. I've been really impressed with this motor. Not only is this a new hull for me because I traditionally ran a 921 Elite, I'm seeing real big improvements with bow lift, mid-range, and top end speed compared to the previous motor I had ran. This boat, being the 21XE, is a heavier rig, especially with all the electronics I'm running on this boat, but I am seeing speeds of 72, 73 miles an hour, pretty sustained now that we got the setup right. Obviously from there, we got the Bob's Machine Shop 12-inch jack plate in powder coat black, 8-foot power pole blades with the reinforced brackets. And then kicking off into the sonar stuff, we've got a transducer set up here at the back. So my primary side scan transducer, which is dead center under the jack plate, is the Lowrance HD 3-in-1. To the left of it, I have the original Lowrance 3-in-1. And then off to the right-hand side of the jack plate, I have a Lowrance Active Target 2 firing in forward mode off the right-hand side of the jack plate. Now, the reason I run two different side scan transducers is that Lowrance HD transducer does flat 1075 and 455 kilohertz in chirp frequency. There is no way to take it out of chirp frequency. So I also run a traditional 3-in-1 so I can do flat 455 and flat 800 kilohertz. Kind of find different scenarios. I like one frequency versus the other. If I'm graphing real shallow, I'm going to run that 455 chirp. If I'm graphing deep looking for structure, I'm going to run traditional 455 kilohertz. Moving up the boat from there, we've got our bass boat, SonarPros bass boat deck product all over this boat, but here at the back, we've got our step kit and our splash well protector kit as well. In the back of the boat, X2 power batteries all over. I'm running twin X2 31 AGMs, an X2 125 Bluetooth battery for my graphs, twin 3640 Bluetooth X2s for my trolling motor system. All powered by the SonarPros dedicated wiring harness, SonarPros dedicated lithium kit, and a pretty slick charging configuration where everything charges off of one charger port in the back of the boat. Everything's really nice and clean. You can see here in the back, we have 5 batteries, and I still retained my prop holder and power pole pumps. Plenty of room to work on everything. That is what I love about Phoenixes. There is all the room in the world back here. As far as charging, I do have a power pole charge. I also have a 3-bank charger as well for the standalone lithium and the added X2 AGM. But that power pole charge is awesome, integrates with my Lowrances, all part of the power pole system. Moving forward up to the console, what you can't see right here, we also have our bass boat deck product in all the boxes in this 21XE along with the cockpit floor. Starting here at the console, we have got twin Lowrance HDS Pro 12s on a BoatLogix dual shelf shroud mount. We also added a BoatLogix wire flange for all the wires that come out of the fiberglass console there. And then we've also got a BoatLogix universal lockdown mount that I have a Solix 10 for mapping. Now, one thing I do on my personal boat and a lot of customer boats that I like to add is, and this is something I've done for probably the past, a good 8 years I've been running Phoenixes now, is we add a access port here so we can change all of the shroud screws that come from the factory to through bolts. So you can see I can literally move this boat, that BoatLogix dual shelf shroud through bolted to the fiberglass shroud, with the fiberglass shroud through bolted to the console. This thing does not move. And this really easy to use access port just simply twists open, and I can get my hand in there in the event there is anything that is wrong. Maybe a network cable goes bad, maybe water line for the water pickup line goes bad, who knows, but you get access right here in the front, makes it really easy. On the front side of the console, I'm running the Yamaha digital gauges, lets me see everything I need to for the engine. They also integrate with my Lowrances, and my favorite thing is the fuel consumption mode. When it tells me I have burned 30 gallons of fuel, 30 gallons of fuel goes back in the boat. Up here on the deck, we've got a SonarPros 6-light LED deck light kit, and then also have our rod locker and storage compartment light kit as well on the interior to really brighten this boat up. The deck lights are on a dimmer switch, so I can adjust the brightness as the day goes on. What is the fun part, not fishing related in this boat, is we have a pretty cool speaker system. I'm running a full Fusion system. I got twin 7.5-inch speakers, twin 6.5-inch speakers, so 4 speakers in total, all running off a 1200 watt Fusion amp off of the Fusion BB100. This boat practically sounds like a wakeboard boat. My background way back in the day was in car audio, so audio is still kind of a passion project of mine. So this boat kind of went a little overboard with the audio, but it sounds awesome running down the lake. Moving to the front, we've got a BoatLogix triple mount. This is the new Low Pro mount that BoatLogix is coming out with. What it does is it does the traditional triple layout, but this top graph gets dropped down, so we kind of avoid a little bit of the reverse spoiler effect, as I call it, in the front of the boat. So a little bit more concentrated of a graph mount, kind of help with that wind drag, but you get a really awesome layout. We've got all new BoatLogix gimbals for Garmin, Humminbird, and Lowrance on this, running an HDS Pro 12, Apex 13, and a Garmin 8616. Now, when it comes to forward sonar, we've got it all in the front. Running Garmin LVS 34 for forward, Lowrance Active Target 2 for scout, and a Humminbird Mega 360. I'm constantly changing my setups. I think eventually I'm going to start looking to ditch the 360 next year, probably run twin Garmins. This will probably be my last year with the 360, but smallmouth fishing, that thing's pretty important, and hopefully we can use that to get another win on Saginaw Bay this year. But you can see graph layout here in the front, just like the console. I can practically tow the boat from this mount. I'm rocking the boat on the trailer. Graphs are not moving. As far as the trolling motor, I run the Lowrance Ghost. There's 2 reasons I run the Lowrance Ghost. One, I've ran it for the past 5 years, and it's a trolling motor I am very familiar with. Feels very natural for me to use. But the big reason is, if you notice, I am running a 360 on what's called a Fortrex mount. The primary reason I run a Ghost is because I can use this mount right here. And if you notice, when I go to raise my trolling motor, the 360 raises with the entire assembly. Compared to your Ultrex style trolling motors or your Garmin Force, where when you go to raise your trolling motor, you also have to raise the 360. This trolling motor still gives me the ability to go shallow and not have to worry about sliding my transducers up. It also really like how clean the cable management is on the Ghost. And you can see we got plenty of fitment with all our Fish Obsessed mounts here and our 360. Other than that, as far as the boat rigging, that is pretty much it. I will say, give a shout out to my boy, Steven over at Bass Fishing Electronics. I would not run a Ghost unless, if it wasn't for his enhanced arrow here on the top of the trolling motor. This really fixes the issue with the Ghost trolling motors having a non-accurate arrow. Really helps with live scoping. It's a pretty slick system, so definitely check it out. Steven and his crew over there make some pretty cool products. So that's pretty much the layout of my Phoenix 21 XE. It's been a great boat so far. It's a whole new hull to me, whole new motor to me. So I've been kind of learning a few things about the setup. But this is pretty much, I think, bar none, the most rigged out Phoenix you could probably find. It's a platform I ran for the past couple of years, and I absolutely love it as far as the graph layout, the efficiency for everything. And obviously with the SonarPros rigging and harness, we do not have any issues or voltage issues whatsoever, and it flat out performs. So if you guys are interested in anything we've shown in this video as far as the layout of my personal boat and you want done to your boat, you can reach out to us at sonarproselectronics.com or our direct number at 770-530-4505 or any of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Check us out. Any questions, give us a holler.